in terms of dementia residents living in dementia units, they still need orientation for daily functional living. Some people think that when a dementia resident or a person goes into a dementia unit, all cares are looked after, nothing else is needed. And while that's the case, cares are looked after, the person still needs to be able to orientate to where they're living, why they're there, how they get to their room, indeed, do they have a bedroom, do they have a bathroom? All these things need to be taken into consideration, and the person themselves needs to be able to orientate to that. Otherwise, it's very stressful. They don't know why they're there, how they got there, if they live there, if they've got a room or not, and if they've got a bathroom or not. And if you as a relative explain all these things to them, then they can start to settle and focus and concentrate on what they need to do to live at a dementia unit. And there's a lot of things to concentrate on because there's so much adjustment that is needed. Being away from their home, their family, their environment, their community, they have to adjust to a completely different set of circumstances with a whole lot of new people, new staff, new routine, so many things. So if you can explain to them the best way you can as to why they're there, the reason they're there, it's because of memory loss and, it wasn't safe to have them at home anymore because they were losing their way, or they were putting a stove, hot pot on the stove or whatever it was, or functionally it was becoming difficult. Just explain the reasons why the person is now in a dementia facility and can't live in home because it was becoming too difficult. But within that though, then start to help them orientate to living functionally in a dementia unit. That's the biggest thing you can do for them to help them adjust, because functionally the big thing that they really need to know is how to get to their bedroom. That's the big thing, independently. Bedroom to lounge, lounge to dining room to bedroom, the main tracks. They need to know how to do that independently. And a lot can be done to help that. Because if they can't get there independently, they're trapped. They're really trapped. I mean, staff will help at the 2-hourly toileting rounds to take them to the toilet. But in between those 2-hourly rounds, if they want to go to their bedroom to either go to the bathroom or lie down and have a sleep or have a change of scenery, they can't really do that in between those 2 hours time frames because staff are too busy to take residents independently to and from their room when they wish to go there. Whereas if the person knows how to get to their bedroom, then they've got free will. They can make that choice. They've got that control in that decision-making process of going to their room to have a break, to lie down, to have a rest, to get some fresh air, open their little window and have a bit of fresh air, look at the view, whatever. So that's why door identification of the bedroom is very important. Putting up the sign, the name, big letters and the number. A clear photo that they know all about, photo of the family or a different coloured door slick, making the door identifiable so that the resident, when they're going down the corridor, can identify it. And lots of practice runs. When you're visiting your relative, chances are you'll be walking around the unit anyway. So just include it in. And when you're walking with your same mother, just say, okay, mum, we're doing a bit of direction orientation practice to your room so you can find your room. Now I want you to read the names on the doors, read the numbers, and then along we go until you find yours. So this is good for your reading skills. It's good for, seeing the numbers, recognizing the numbers, getting to know your room and your name and finding it and explaining where it is in the corridor, how many doors she has to go along to find it, and any corridor identification, door identification. Work that through with her, with the practice runs, and if she can find her room most of the time when you're with her, chances are she can practice that when you're not there. And staff often help out as well when they can see relatives, making an effort, with the dementia resident. They often help out as well. And fourth on the right, 148, Mrs. Smith, that's where you are. Just walk a couple more doors and you'll be there, and they'll help along. So that goes a long way as well. So all these stories I've written about and these techniques in these two books, The Resident's Voice and The Resident's Rise, both about the dementia unit aspects, everything that the dementia residents have to go through, on Amazon and on my website, description below. So thank you for your comments, looks, views, and please subscribe.